I think we're live now. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Good evening, everybody. This is our Citizens Review Board for April 8th, 2021. I can indicate we do have a quorum of 6 members participating. That's the number for us with our board. One of our members at the last minute is also going to participate and had to attend to an emergency meeting. So I guess we can do a roll call, but I don't think that's necessary since we're all visible for all the members. Let's get started with, I don't really have any committee, but we have minutes that Dr. Katina Broadwater was good enough to put together. Did everybody have a chance to receive a copy of the minutes from our last meeting of March 11th?
Yeah.
Okay, and any requested changes to the minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
We have a second. Second by Alex. All in favor? Aye. All right, the minutes have been approved for the last month's meeting. All right. Communications, I don't have it. There's nothing at the moment I have from the mayor, city manager's office, public safety, specifically. Anybody have any communications that they wanted to bring forward? And let's talk about, I guess, board member announcements. Any members have anything they wanted to indicate from the board? I think we can go on, move right along on this to my reports from the chair. And we have Mary Catherine Lawton has done an excellent job for us, but as things happen, she's been promoted and doing quite well for our city. And we do have a new member, a new staff liaison who's with us. And I'm going to introduce all of you to Carl Odenthal. Some of you may have known Carl from his past involvement for 25 years, Carl?
28.
28 years with City of Aiken Public Safety. And he had retired from that, but the city was wise enough to keep him. And he's our inspection, I guess, public inspection officer.
Yeah, I work in the building inspections division, but I do property code enforcement. It's a non-sworn spot where it's basically just working with the community on different activities in the city.
Right. Okay. Well, and you know, so a lot of this is not going to be new to you, understanding how public safety works and hopefully how the board works. You were on the force, obviously, when the board was created in 16, and perhaps had some involvement with some cases at that point. But if you do have need for reaching out to any of the board members, questions and so forth, I think Mary Catherine will set you up. I would assume, Mary Catherine, we'll touch briefly, but I don't think we're quite ready tonight with bylaws. But other than that, you're going to step off here. Next meeting will be Carl's meeting.
Yes, I promised, and this kind of isn't a fair one since we're not reviewing a case yet. But I just wanted Carl to have be able to sit in on a meeting and with me, and then I'll step off and he can take the reins. His office is directly above my office, I believe. So he knows where to find me if he has any questions. Yeah. And I want to see the bylaws through. So Jody went through and made some changes. Yep. And I'll work with Carl to y'all tell me how you want to do this now. A final draft. You might still have more changes, but do you want me to email that to the bylaws group and anybody here? So the bylaws committee is Katina, Jody, Clark, and you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
So I can email that draft out if you still want to use that subcommittee structure, have the bylaws committee take a final pass at it, make any changes, and then y'all can go through it and adopt if you're ready at the next meeting.
I reviewed what was done, and I thank Jody and you and anyone else who's helped with this thankless job of putting this together. I just had a couple minor things, and I could certainly deal with that in an email to all the board members. I guess everybody has in place what you've sent it out, this marked up pretty much.
John, I think what I'd like to see is just not a marked up copy, but a clean copy with the changes incorporated.
Yes.
And then let us look at that.
Okay.
It's really hard to read and try to with that marked up copy. I think what we can do is just incorporate the changes that everybody has agreed on. I mean, I pretty much agree with all the changes that were made, and Mary Catherine's explanations and her memo and everything were excellent. So unless we have something major, I think it's pretty much a done deal, honestly.
Okay.
I'd have a couple of minor things, but I think you could just incorporate the changes, put out a clean copy. And
then I can do that, and I'll send the original bylaws. So if anybody does want to compare and get a refresher on what the current verbiage is, you can track it that way, side by side, rather than
that sounds good.
all the italics and strike through and all the other things it is at this point.
That would be good. And one of the areas I been concerned with is the quickly expiring time for many of our members if we adhere to the 2-3 year terms. The end of 2022, we're going to lose a lot of members. But I do see, and that's a good addition, that everybody would continue, even if their second 3-year term has run out, they'll continue to stay on until we have successors that are put on through the mayor. So we don't lose everybody. The mayor sometimes takes a long time to find good people to serve. We're not going to lose everybody. And anything else, I guess we all can hopefully review that. I wouldn't really, even if we had it all done tonight, I'd rather have a good amount of the board present to vote on this rather than just the minimum quorum that we have tonight. Go ahead.
So do you want me then I can incorporate that language that you just mentioned?
Actually, it's already in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you want me to send out then the final draft? Just go ahead and send it to the full board?
Yeah.
And y'all act on it next meeting?
I had one little comment someplace, but it can wait for a proposed draft, and there may be another comment or two from somebody else before we have a final.
I suspect Clark will have some comments.
Yeah. One of the things actually came about from our meeting, our last meeting, was, and I guess I could get into it now, it's just very simple. We have always taken the position, if we review every case, and I think we all agree that's an obligation we have to review every case, whether or not the citizen has asked for a further appeal from public safety's workup. And we have voted. And I know Clark said, do we need to vote? And Jody said we do. And we were back and forth. And the more I thought about it, my thought would be, if we don't have a complainant who has been advised of what workup was done by public safety, and we have received no other communication, and we don't take issue with the matter, such as we have on a few cases, I don't know that we have to vote when we return to open session. If we have some real issues, we're going to talk about it in executive session, and that may generate the need to meet with public safety or however we want to deal with it. But if we all in agreement, I don't know that that's necessary. So I'm going to leave that thought for you all to think about, whether we do have to come back out and say we all agree or disagree, because there's no appeal from the particular matter. So that was my only thought. Otherwise, I think you've done a very good job. We also have, and this was an update of all the contact information. Hopefully you've all received that. If you've had changes in your email, phone numbers, and so forth, please, I guess, let Carl know, and he could make those changes. Everybody received that in some fashion, their all the information, their phones and email and so forth. Okay.
And the chairman did make changes to some of the panels, and I think there might have been some updates to committees as well. So just do check that because
Right.
you may have been impacted. So if
Okay.
if there was a change, I didn't assign you. You just
All right, okay, yeah, all right,
that was I just did you sent an email out to everybody and I just put it in a updated directory form.
okay. Well, new business, I guess it's new. We do have a complaint. Everybody has received that complaint. It's been assigned to panel one. There wasn't enough time, however, and I hopefully within next week, so we'll receive videos and cams on that. And as I've said before, while it's assigned to a panel, since it's fortunate, I suppose, that we have, not that many cases coming in, it would be advisable to everybody on the board to review the case so they're familiar with it. But I understand Mary Catherine Carl will probably get within the week the links for the videos and so forth.
Yes, just for the record, Public Safety has shared all of the footage. Carl and I were able to sit down this week and I showed him the software that we use to convert it to get it in a format that you all can easily access. So he can now take that and hopefully over the next week do the task of sitting down and converting. It takes a little bit of time. There is a lot of footage on this one, since as you'll see, there were several officers that were involved. So
Right.
he'll work on that.
Anybody who has a problem not receiving them or opening them, I guess, reach out to Carl and he'll get you squared away. It could be on your end or his end, but I'm sure we'll get it taken care of. All right. We again don't have a case this evening, but we did have a chance. We had two cases, one of which was of concern to many of our members. And I think it's necessary at this time to go in executive session to discuss the meeting that we had on that case. And I'll entertain a motion that we go in executive session to review the nature of that matter. Mike's made the motion. Second, anybody second?
Second.
Second, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. We'll ask now that we will go into executive session and we can just briefly announce the executive session afterward. Do I have to hit something here? Do I join this executive session or not necessary?
Okay. John. Just picture him wandering around the internet. Okay.
All breakout rooms will be closed in 10 seconds. 5,
We're back, Chair.
Okay, yes, thank you. We have returned now to the public session. I can report that in executive session, there was 2 matters that were reviewed by this board. No action was taken in executive session. We did review CRB 2021-1 and 2021-2, just from discussions we had had before. But again, no votes were taken, no action was taken on those matters. And that's all I will report, because we're not going to need to take a vote and go any further with those cases at this time. Before we wrap up this short meeting tonight, is there anything else that I need to hear from the rest of the board?
I have a question for the board. Since we're in a transitional period and Carl's coming on and going to do an incredible job. He has so much more knowledge and helpful expertise than I have on so much that y'all will discuss. But is there something more that staff can do, or something different in terms of how we get information to you specifically? Would it help for us to do some sort of overview of cases? A summary. This had come up recently, and I said, I don't think that would help, because you essentially get that in your case packets. I mean, the reports are already pretty distilled, and but y'all take this opportunity. You don't have to answer now, but if you think of something else that staff can do to support you and your review of material, let us know. You won't hurt my feelings at all.
Well, we pretty much get everything that staff would get. I mean, we get the full, and if there's something missing, I think all of us know to reach out and say, is there more to this? And we didn't have these videos available for tonight's case, so we thought rather than do that, we would wait and get the whole package.
Right.
But yeah, I think all the members know if they have concerns, they can reach out to now Carl, or obviously myself. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's been very, very accommodating. I would remind the members, if anybody wants to still, you can always, there's I guess it's back and forth, a ride along. If one of you folks would like to take an afternoon or an evening and ride along with members of public safety, just to spend an hour or two and see how life is like there out on the road, the kind of difficult situations they often encounter, and just let us know, and that could be arranged. I guess is that still available, Carl?
Yes.
It is. Yes.
So anybody would like to do that, it's very interesting stuff. I have years back to do that. I did that, of course, and you go in the night shift. That's where a lot of stuff's going on, and you may have to wear a vest and be told what to do and not to do, because you never know what's going to happen out there on the road.
And Carl, isn't there a Citizens Academy that happens every
There
year?
is, and I think it usually happens in the fall, and it's that's usually like a series of like 8 weeks on like a Tuesday or a Thursday. Right. I can't remember which.
Captain Dobbs, I think, oversees that, and he does a great job from what I hear. So
That
Carl
was,
can keep it
I
on
did,
there.
that was very informative. Mike and I did it together. It was really informative.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did my ride along on Saturday afternoon. It was really boring.
It was boring?
Yeah. The worst thing that happened was some poor girl ran a red light right in front of us.
You can always do a round two, but Carl can also work. He's got a great background in training, and he can work. I know Mike had expressed some valid concerns about the quality of the orientation video, and Alex can certainly attest to that now that he's had to sit through it. So Carl can work with y'all to pull something better together.
Yeah, I think Carl, on that topic, I think everybody agrees we don't need to, that video doesn't really help a new member get introduced to what Citizens Review Board is all about. So maybe we can work on something else, because we will see next year starting to get some, thoughts about some new members and something different that would be
Sure.
helpful. So, all right, I have nothing else for me to.
If I could just mention one thing, I just want to say thank you to Mary Catherine for taking the time to explain some of the processes to me for this board. She's really done a great job keeping that organized, and I hope to learn that process quickly. And I really do look forward to the Stuart came to me and asked me if I was interested in doing this. And some of you may have remembered that I used to sit in a security capacity in the other room when the meetings were going on. When it first started, so I've kind of been involved with it from the very beginning. And I really do, when I told Stuart I would do it, I did that sincerely, because I do think this group performs a valuable mission. And I want to help and assist you in doing that as best I can, much like Mary Catherine did. And I really, truly do look forward to working with you. I think I thank you for putting the time you do into it. It's valuable, and I appreciate it. So thank you for that opportunity that you're providing me.
Well, thank you. We'll look forward to that. And I think your experience will be helpful too. There may be a question just on general police procedure that you might be able to answer, rather than us reach out for, a subsequent meeting with somebody at public safety.
Sure.
All right. Anything else for the good in the order?
I'll just say I've loved working with y'all, and
Enjoyed it.
We're
I
going to
look
miss
forward
you,
to-
Mary Catherine.
yeah,
She's not
I'm
going
gonna
far
miss y'all.
away. Not,
Thanks a lot, Mary Catherine.
yeah,
Thank
you've
you.
done an excellent job, and as Lex did, and we look forward to working with Carl, and we'll keep improving what we do here for the citizens of the city of Aiken. So,
Well, anytime you have a pothole or sewage backup issues, I'll
that's
be in the
good to
first
know.
floor of the municipal building.
You may
Call me
be
with your
sorry you said
complaints.
that.
Yes.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much, and good luck as you go forward in your career. Jeff, anything from you? He's good.
Nothing from me, man.
All right. Thanks for jumping in with us tonight. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody stay safe, and we'll see you probably. My thoughts until we get everybody with shots and so forth. We may do another virtual for May and June, and then hopefully we'll be maybe smooth sailing as we come through the summer, with maybe getting back to seeing each other personally in September. But we'll see how that all goes. So have a good month.